into it. Reporting live from Montego Bay, Jamaica. You kicking with KC. We talking about Dwyane Wade's ex-wife filing an objection to daughter Zaya Wade's name change. Talking about actor Lakeith Stanfield saying you can't be pro-black and pro-gangster rap at the same time. Do you agree with that? We're going to get into that later. Psychedelic magic mushroom drug may ease some depression. We also watch or listen to Division, Working on My Karma, and we watch The Good Nurse on Netflix. We're going to talk about all that and sports coming up, starting with Pop Tops. You kicking it with KC. Yeah, here it is. Reporting live in the sunny Montego Bay, Jamaica. This is Popular Topics, Pop Tops that may or may not be talked about in the news. Starting with this first topic, we talking about Dwyane Wade's ex-wife filed an objection to daughter Zaya Wade's name change. According to NBCnews.com, now Dwyane Wade's ex-wife name, Siovaughn Funches-Wade. Now, that's who they share the daughter, Zaya Wade, with, who was naturally born as a male, if you don't know, transgender daughter now. But anyway, she's saying that he basically not forced, but is using Zaya Wade's transgender status as a way to get money. She's saying he just getting money out of it. And he didn't necessarily come to me in regards to her transition or her name change. So I want the judge to object to it. So this is what's making headlines right now. Dwyane Wade recently made comments in regards to it. He replied, and he actually basically said, I'm not forcing Zaya to do anything. I'm allowing Zaya to be who Zaya wants to be. You know, and I'm just here supporting and encouraging that. So do you believe this is true? Do you believe Dwyane Wade is really just making money off of Zaya Wade? Or do you think like he's really just allowing this to happen and whatever the case may be? Let me be honest. He's a businessman. So in a way, yes, I wouldn't be surprised if he is making money. Do I think he's doing this solely to make money? Do I think he's forcing Zaya Wade into this whole position of being a transgender and changing the name? I don't think so. You force it to force a kid to do that. I don't see that, but we never know. This type of stuff you don't find out till later on when the child is older and can have their own ability to talk and stuff like that. So I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if he is making money though, because even with him saying I'm not forcing her to do anything, that's still not necessarily saying you're not making money off of it. And that's what your ex-wife is saying. You're making money off of this, and you trying to do this basically behind my back and without my permission. So he's arguing against that. I don't know. Actually, I do know. He is making money off of it. I feel like we can all agree on that. But whether or not he's forcing, that's still subjective. I don't think he's forcing. I just think he is making money off of it. He's like, oh, if that's what you want to do, baby. And then he's just going to find out a way to make money from it. Or, I mean, not even find out a way. LGBTQ and the transgender community is so hot right now. It's like, it almost gives the money away, especially to popular celebrities and their kids. It's like, you know what I'm saying? E.J. Johnson is doing the same thing. Like, do you think Magic is forcing E.J. Johnson to do any of this? I don't think so. You can say it's not the same thing, but that's what I think. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments. You can't call into the show right now. I don't have the phone lines hooked up. But go off in the live chat in the comments real quick. Reporting live from Montego Bay, Jamaica right now. I'm on my patio right now. Actor Lakeith Stanfield, he making words again. That's making headlines according to hotnewhiphop.com. This is after we lost rapper Takeoff after allegedly a shooting in Houston from a dice game, allegedly. We don't know the full story or the actual story, I should say. But a lot of people have been coming out having different comments, different opinions in regards to that. Rap music, violence, the urban community, and things of that nature. Things that we feel like is a cause to it. Now, what he said was he doesn't think you can be pro-black and pro-gangster rap at the same time. Do you think this is true? I'm pretty sure he had a lot of backlash from this. I didn't see his exact backlash, didn't go on this page. There's going to be people on both sides with anything. But this is an unpopular opinion. I'm going to say this is 100% true almost. We aren't necessarily creating and perpetuating and promoting gangster rap. And by we, I mean black people to black culture. We aren't necessarily promoting and perpetuating this. It's people in the higher levels who have that type of power and authority to do that. We're just creating it. We're creating all types of music in rap. Is it all being promoted the same way? No. That's just what I'm saying. That's my opinion on it. So to say that gangster rap is all we have, or to act like that's all we have in rap or hip hop, I don't think we should be that supportive of it. Just like what he said in this, like, black people, we aren't monolithic. Basically, he basically said we aren't monolithic. We have so many different other experiences of life to express on. Why do we have to emphasize this all the time and glorify it and make it seem like it's okay to the children and youth who are very influenced? Excuse me. So I agree with him 100% in that regard. So you can't necessarily be pro-black, which is being pro-community, pro-life, supporting each other, supporting your brother and this and that, and then support music of a channel that's being popularized about harming your brother in the same case. You see what I'm saying? And making women degraded and things of that nature. So I agree. It may be he said a lot of goofy stuff. I don't agree with everything he says, but here I think he has a point. I think you should choose a side. It's hard. I'll be lying if I say I don't like or listen to gangster music though, gangster rap. But I think it's just all programmed in our head. It's like when you hear a song or you hear an album on the radio and you don't like it at first, but then you hear it so many times you like, it had to grow on me. I think your initial impression, your first impression is everything. If you didn't like it at first, you probably don't like it. But it's been programmed. That's why radio stations hire program directors. You schedule to put it in there a bunch of times to program it in people's heads to eventually like it. That's just what I think. Let me know what you think. Rest in peace to Takeoff from the Migos first and foremost, man. Too young to be gone. I definitely want to say that, get that off my chest. It's unfortunate that it happened, man. And I hope something changes. But I know this isn't going to stop the violence, though. It's going to take a community effort. And it's going to take parents teaching their kids and OGs. But that's what I think. Let me know what you think off in the live chat in the comments. We about to switch it up real quick, talk about this last topic and pop top. Psychedelic magic mushroom drug may ease some depression, according to APnews.com. Associated Press, this story is talking about the psychedelic chemical magic mushrooms easing some depression in hard-to-treat patients. Now, they did like a different type of study. This was coming from the New England Journal of Medicine. This study was done and published by the New England Journal of Medicine. But what happened was they had 3 different tiers of capsules of the actual magic mushroom. Higher potent, medium potent, lower potent. Then they gave like a placebo and things of that nature. And what they saw, they actually went through some type of hallucinatory experience with specialists who guided them through that. 233 adults in the US, Europe, and Canada, by the way. This is all things to keep in mind. So it wasn't thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even millions. It was less than 300 people who were surveyed. But what they're saying is overall, there is a certain chemical found in these hallucinogens. It's called psilocybin, psilocybin. And researchers said larger and longer studies need to be determined to study the effectiveness, but they said they saw like a 37% improvement in people who are usually hard to treat when they gave them this magic mushroom with the higher dose. Now, they said the short end of that is the fact that the dose kind of went away quick. After like 2 weeks, that went away. So they were kind of back to their normal state. So it almost seems like you have to kind of get that dose on a more like frequent level. They said it has a high level of improvement from that study alone. But, I mean, improvement is subjective first and foremost. I want to put that out there. And then, okay, let's say it does improve their life. For it to go away after 2 weeks and you have to need it like that, is psilocybin an addictive drug? This is something that we all got to consider, though. So let me know what you think. Magic mushrooms may ease some depression. They say it actually goes off in the brain. The psilocybin goes off in the brain and connects the part of the brain that actually increases serotonin, which is very, very interesting. A lot of things that I learned for the first time in this study. But please, let me know what you think. Are you cool with people being treated with depression to have Magic mushrooms. Now, there are some side effects, of course. They say some of the worst side effects included suicidal thoughts. That clearly is nothing that we want to have with people with depression. But don't people with depression already usually have suicidal thoughts? Not maybe all people, but isn't that usually like the extreme of depression? That's just what I think. So I don't think magic mushroom could be that bad of a choice if that's the worst case scenario. Something that people with depression would have anyway. But let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments. Can't call into the show, but go off in the live chat in the comments. We about to switch it up real quick. We broadcasting live from Montego Bay, Jamaica, man. Respect. All right, we talking about music that we listened to recently. This was Division, Working on My Karma. Listen to this on Tidal, no endorsement. Now, this was, I don't have, man, how many tracks was it? I didn't keep track of how many tracks. No pun intended. But it was a fairly quick listen. I think it was between the 30 and 45 minutes. Nope, 12 tracks, 42 minutes. So 43 minutes, 42 minutes and 56 seconds, 12 tracks. Not too bad, within the 30 to 45 minute range that I usually like within my projects. They currently do have one single on the radio that we were playing on WQHH, Power 96.5, Lansing, Michigan. That was If I Get Caught. That's with the sample with Jay-Z. I was going to give them right back. I was just effing them girls. I was just going to give them right back. That type. So it basically says if I get caught cheating, that don't mean I don't love you. Now they got a lot of hype, a lot of press about it. They even had to get it clear, the sample clear from Jay-Z, so there's a lot of hype behind it and investment. It's not that good. It's not an anthem that niggas want to bang or nothing like that. I can understand the perspective that they coming from, but niggas not about to bang this. Women out here having hot girl summers. Niggas supposed to bang Division if I get caught in the club. Joe Budden said that on his podcast, and I agree. Like, niggas not about to bang this anywhere. Like we get it, but who are y'all making this record for? Is it for the women or for the men? Be honest. So it's a couple other songs that stood out to me, 3 of them at least. Policy, that was nice. Take It Slow, that had a John Legend sample in it. That was actually nice. Last Time featuring Blue, that was nice too. So 4 tracks including a single out of 12. It's about a quarter or a third. That's a third. It's not bad. So overall, the vibe, I'm gonna be honest, was pretty decent. They even, I can't remember one of the songs, but the last song on there was even talking about, one of the songs even talking about cheating from a woman's perspective. So it was like cheating all over around, like from a man's perspective, a woman's perspective. It kind of goes into, I guess, the theme of the album, of the project, Working on My Karma. But overall, I didn't like the subject matters, maybe because I'm in a different space mentally. I get it. I respect it. As an artist, you touching on all different topics and feelings. But I just wasn't feeling that. But I hope the project does well. I will recommend it. Let me know what you think if you listen to this, Division, Working on My Karma. Let me know what you think about Division as artist or Working on My Karma as a project. Go off in the live chat in the comments. We're about to switch up. Where we talk about Corn Stream. Talking about the scenes I saw on TV and in the movies and whatnot. So we watched the movie. It's called The Good Nurse on Netflix. I watched this with my girl who is a registered nurse in the emergency room. So I definitely want to watch this with her to get her perspective on how real it is and just everything. So it's about a woman. This is based in like the 90s, early 2000s. I don't know where it was exactly. I think somewhere Pennsylvania, something like that. But anyway, a woman who's a nurse ended up meeting a man who's a male nurse who got transferred to her hospital because he'd been at like 9 different hospitals before that. Turns out he has a record of killing other patients slowly by putting glucose or some type of sugar, some type of diabetes stuff, treatment in their saline water, which is the water they put in the IV and it drains and go through and kind of makes you hydrated and healthy. I know this because of my girl, by the way. But anyway, he was slowly doing that, putting it in bags and killing patients. So, insulin. There you go. My girl texted me. He was putting insulin inside the saline and whatnot. So it lowers your blood sugar drastically. And then it slowly kills the patient. So that's what he was doing. This was based on a true story, by the way. So the woman fell in love with him eventually. And then he had allegedly killed at least like 1 or 2 patients. And they started to question her since she was with him. She was like, he would never do that. He's a nice guy. This is what she initially said until they eventually presented enough evidence for her to start to turn him in. This is my thing. When he got convicted, which he's a crazy ass white boy, we're gonna get into that. I think she should have been convicted also because she was aiding and abetting. You are sitting up here caping for a man. You sitting over here caping for a man who killed people you only knew for a couple weeks at this point, according to the movie. You only knew for a couple weeks, maybe a couple months. And you already came. He would never do this. He would blah, blah, blah. He's a nice guy. So then you throwing the police off instead of helping them initially. I think, and then which caused him to kill more people. I think she should also be locked up. Her time should be cut in half or cut short because she helped them. But at the end of the day, you caped for somebody and associated for somebody who was out here really doing stuff. Just because of what? A smiling face and some blue eyes? Nah, this is what happens a lot within that community. And you can't just look at somebody and think just because they treat you nice personally that they don't have another side. You have to think about that. Keep all things in consideration. That's just what I think. Let me know what you think. This was actually a pretty decent movie, The Good Nurse, on Netflix. I would highly recommend it. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Or if you did watch it, go off in the live chat or in the comments. Let's keep it moving, dog. Let's talk about sports, baby. From the stands of a sports fans, my man's Pots and Pans. All right. Let's talk about it. NBA, we starting off with the NBA. Talking about Kevin Durant, his relationship with Steve Nash. Now, Steve Nash, according to reports, hotnewhiphop.com, they're saying Steve Nash chose to leave the Brooklyn Nets after a 2-6 start. 2 wins, 6 losses with stars Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Now they're saying Kevin Durant is switching it up. He's acting like he cared. Said, I actually enjoyed. He said, I enjoyed coming to work with Steve. He said this to a reporter. Now, a lot of people saying he being two-faced because you just wanted him last season before the season started. You wanted him to leave before you even came back to the Nets. So you definitely being two-faced in that regard. Maybe you're just being professional. We get it. But you weren't being professional before. But you could choose to switch it up. Okay, you could choose to, okay, from now on you want to be professional. I get it. Let's say that. This is what I want to say. Do I think Steve Nash volunteered to leave? No. It was probably a situation where his back was forced against the wall. And he probably had to resign, or it's best for him to resign, or they came to agreements to resign. Now they're saying allegedly that Ime Udoka is expected to take over as head coach for the Brooklyn Nets. Is this true? Do you think Steve Nash was the problem for the Brooklyn Nets? This is what I want to say. Just like the Lakers currently have a new coach from what they did last year, but they're starting off to look like they're carrying the momentum from last year. The coach ain't out there playing the ball, man. The coach is making the substitution and the timeout changes and probably constructing the plays. Other than that, the coach ain't out there playing. You can't blame that on them. KD, Kyrie, y'all just not working out. LeBron, AD, y'all just not working out. We just got to say it what it is. Don't sit up here and act like it's the coach. The coach is this, that. The coach might have a little bit to do with it when it comes to strategy, last-minute timeout, certain substitutions because they know how certain people. That's what a coach should do. You should know how certain people play in certain situations, so you make certain substitutions. You know how to put certain combinations of people in because it works better at certain times in certain situations. That's what a coach does, if you ask me. Other than that, the coach ain't out there making the last shot. The coach ain't doing that. The coach ain't got nothing to do with that. So y'all can switch out the coach. Is that going to make the Nets better? First of all, we're only 10 games into the season. To fire Steve Nash this early or to let him go, whatever the case may be, I don't think that was necessary. You know what I'm saying? You should have rolled out the whole season to really see how effective he was as a coach. Ime Udoka, him possibly being the coach. I think that'd be a good fit. If he was really effective for the Nets, then he should be a good fit for the for the Celtics, he should be a good fit for the Brooklyn Nets. But what I want to say is Boston, they still doing pretty good. They're holding the momentum because they have essentially the same players, different coach. So now Brooklyn, you swap out the coach. Is that going to make KD play different? Is that going to make Kyrie play different? People say, oh, he going to make the certain substitutions when the game is in certain situations. Listen, at the end of the day, even when it comes down to it, you know who should be in the game on the Brooklyn Nets? Kyrie and KD. Even when it comes down to it. So you still got baller all-star players. Even if it comes down to certain situations, they should still have the ball. So what else is a coach going to do? So I don't necessarily agree with this. I think they should let Steve Nash ride the whole year out. I'm not against Ime Udoka coaching the Nets. I'm with that. But KD, he's probably being professional. I wouldn't necessarily say fake. I ain't even a KD fan like that. But he's probably just being professional. I'll give him that. But that's all I say in regards to that. Let's switch up to sports real quick. About to talk about the NFL real quick. This is about to get into. So they saying Deshaun Watson gonna be ready to come back from his 11-game suspension. He's gonna be there for game 12 against, surprisingly enough, his former team, the Houston Texans. They played December 4th. And this was coming from their general manager, Andrew Berry. Said this recently, Wednesday, I believe, yesterday. Said, yeah, after his suspension for sexual misconduct allegations, he's going to definitely start, as expected. This is going to be a high-anticipated game, high-watched game. We all know this. This is ratings as we know it, as I know it as a content creator. So it is what it is. I think we all excited to see how he does when he comes back. If he can change the momentum of the team, the Cleveland Browns, we'll see how that goes. Other than that, tonight, Thursday, Eagles undefeated against the Texans, Houston Texans. Speaking of that, they're going to be Texans are 1-5-1, sorry as hell, and then Eagles undefeated 7-0. This is week 8. They play 7:15. This is Central Standard Time right now. I'm on Jamaica time, Montego Bay. I'll show y'all my environment later at the end of the show. But anyway, that's what's going on in the NFL in regards to that. Hopefully I can watch that game later on tonight. I think we're going to switch it up. Oh, yeah. So we got to talk about this real quick. We got to talk about college football because it is progressing. We're getting towards the college football playoffs. First of all, locally, or where I was, Michigan. It was rivalry weekend. Last weekend, Michigan ended up beating MSU in Ann Arbor. They got that Paul Bunyan trophy for the first time in like 2-3 years or something like that. Michigan State had it the last 2 years with Mel Tucker coming into Michigan State and actually beating Jim Harbaugh 2 years straight. But, you know, Michigan finally got it. Now Michigan ranked number 5 in the college football playoff rankings. They are undefeated, 8-0. Clemson is ranked number 4, 8-0. Georgia, 8-0. Number 3, Ohio State ranked number 2, 8-0. Guess who number 1? You would think Alabama. No, it's the team that beat Alabama. That's Tennessee. They 8-0. Yeah, Alabama got beat this year. Surprisingly, at Tennessee Volunteers. It was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't watch the full game, watch the highlights, but you know, as somebody who watched college football, you know Alabama usually get out of most situations and just come out with it. They are a powerhouse. But now they knocked them all the way out of the top 5. So I would have pulled up the full rankings, but I was like, oh, only the top 5 really matter. And that's only because Michigan is there. So all undefeated teams, top 5, all 8-0. We'll see how that goes as we go into week 9. Coming up. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments. Gonna get into this last sport real quick. We just talking about boxing real quick. Floyd Money Mayweather. He gonna face YouTube star Deji in an exhibition fight November 13th. That's gonna be coming up in a couple of weeks, actually, like 2 weeks or something like that. Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. November 19th. Something like that same week, a week away from that. In Vegas, Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. They're gonna be fighting December 3rd. Also, I don't have a location for that as of right now, but I'll keep you updated. We'll see how that goes. But that's all the sports that I got right now. Let me know who you think gonna win those fights. Go off in the live chat, in the comments. We're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do real quick. We're gonna get up out of here. I gotta get some off my chest. Just thinking out loud real quick. What do we think about these rappers, man? Let's think about the rappers and their entourages in these music videos, for an example. Because I'm watching a rap video. I'm gonna be specific. I'm watching a rap video with 42 Doug. This was probably like in his earlier days. You know, rappers, gangster rappers, they want to be in the videos with all their boys, they mans, they all in there with their guns, chains and everything, shirt off. And I'm watching a clip that goes by 42 Doug in a pool with all his boys, they all got their shirt off. Hands around each other and everything. I'm looking like, that look about sus as hell. And I know 42 Doug been out of prison, so I ain't trying to make no assumptions, but I'm like, that looks sus as hell. When we gonna start questioning these rappers and their entourage and having that type of music video? Them suspect ass scenes. I'm like, where the chicks? I had to stop the scene and go back and look. It was chicks in the water, but they was damn near walking out. They was in the background. There's a bunch of niggas right there with their shirts off in the pool. I'm like, oh, hell no. When is this gangster, bro? That's just me thinking out loud. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments, man. I ain't saying nothing that's your business. We ain't even gonna talk about that. But let's go ahead and get up out of here. Need you to do me a favor. Kick it with KCMC on all social media platforms at KIWKCMC. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. That's KIWKCMC. That's just Kick It with KCMC, the abbreviations. And follow my sponsor on all social media, also Team Elite. They on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram also, and TikTok. Team Elite. They on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at TEAMELITE 313. That's Team Elite 313. And check out their website for that premium urban base athleisure wear. That's athletic leisure wear, athletic casual wear, t-shirts, sweatshirts, sweatpants, tech fleece jogging sets, varsity sets, and more. It's all on their website for that great price. TeamElite313.com. Ask your mom, baby. We out here hot, baby, hot. Montego Bay, Jamaica, broadcasting live, kicking with KCMC. My first on location show, I think ever, if not in a long time. But anyway, man, we making. Listen, I just want to show you a little bit of what we got going on. Since we live, this is a rare occasion. But you see, if you can see, this is what's going on, man. Live KCMC out here with my queen. We're enjoying ourselves, Montego Bay, Jamaica, and we out here kicking it, man. I appreciate you. If you got this far in the video, need you to do me a favor. Like the video, subscribe to the video, share the video. Also, donate a couple dollars to the show so we can grow, man. We want to be more on location. I need you to support that also. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Like I said, we got a couple more episodes we got to get in before the end of the week. So I might see you again while we live in Montego Bay. We'll see you later. We out.